proposal, I envision bended knee on a hilltop in a little blue Tiffany box. Or I can envision a lot of paper, some pens, some of that paper wadded up and thrown in the corner, and bullet points, because I'm thinking of a proposal for a book, or maybe it's a business. Whatever it is you want to author, be it your life, your book, or a business. A proposal is an introduction to a new path. Welcome to Daphne V TV, the show for chain breakers and wave makers. I'm Daphne V, and I'm excited to be here with you today. So when I say the word proposal, what popped into your mind? Did you think marriage? Did you think business? Did you think book? I'd love for you to put it in the comments below, just so I know where and how we're tracking. So I wanted to use a specific word today, and I've been doing that the last couple of weeks, and you'll find kind of a theme coming up. And the word is proposal. And I was surprised, maybe you were as well, to find out that the definition of proposal means to create a new path. Yet, when you stop and think about it, it makes total sense. If someone is proposing marriage, that would be a new path that a couple takes together. If someone is writing a proposal for a book, that's a new product they're creating or story they're going to share and make public. Maybe somebody is writing a business proposal. So that's a new venture, a new service for the world that's being created. So the word proposal means to create a new path. And in my favorite book, in an area called Psalm, chapter 16, verse 11, it states, "You have made known to me the path of life. You will fill me with joy in your presence, with eternal pleasures at your right hand." So let's talk about the paths that maybe we're on right now, or some paths that we've taken in the past, leading us to where we are, or maybe some paths we're considering for the future. Here's the great news. Whatever path you were on, it led you to where you are today. And that means you have an opportunity to change or maintain, whichever speaks to your spirit and helps you fulfill your purpose in order to meet your goals. Let's think about the path that you're on right now. Is it helping you get to where you truly want to go? Or is it a path that is familiar because it's worn and it's simply comfortably uncomfortable? Maybe that's a new phrase, a new term. Anyway, it's something that you can predict and you're used to. Well, if it makes your soul sing and it helps fulfill your purpose, stay on it. If not, you have permission to change it. But what about the paths you're planning for the future? I hope you're planning a future. What will it take today to get you to where you want to go? What does that path look like? And as I was sharing in this book, "You've made known to me the path of life," it reminded me that we have two different paths we can choose: the path of life or the path of death. The path of life is going to be filled with challenges. I'm here to tell you, it's not always smooth, it's not always straight. It will, however, lead to glory and a definition of success that maybe others and those in the world will not understand or agree with. And that's okay. Excuse me. But I can promise you this, the path of death is pretty darn straight, and it's not clean or messy or simple either. It's just going to lead you to a dead end. So when you choose your path, choose the path of life. And I'm kind of curious. I'd love to know what got you here today. What path did you take? Were you brought here because someone shared this video with you? You can type share in the comments. Were you here because you're somebody who follows me on social media? I would love to know that as well. Maybe you can type in follow. I don't know. But I'd love to interact and engage with you, because if there are some questions you have about your path, I'm here to serve. I know that I have had some detours. Of course, my water's way over there. I've had some detours in my life, and I can honestly say that I'm grateful for everyone. And that's because I believe in a purpose. I believe that our path, or excuse me, our pain can become a pathway to a new platform where we can impact and inspire and encourage and equip and empower other people. So what I have for you today are 3 different, I'm going to say action items, or 3 different considerations for you on your path. So if you're ready, I'm going to take just a minute or two and talk about each one, and I'll post them in the, well, I'm not going to post them in the comments. I'm going to ask you to do that, okay? But I created a little banner thing, so it'll go across the bottom. So, okay, what's the first one? The first one is get real, okay? When you are working on a proposal, you need to get real. So whether it is changing careers, whether it is releasing weight, whether it is a new project, a change in your financial status, whatever it is, let's start with get real. Is what you want to accomplish even realistic? Now, I'm a big dreamer, okay? I believe in stretching, but not snapping. I believe in pretty much, like with God, all things are possible. However, we kind of have to get real. So when it comes to what we are capable of, you and me, for me, at least, I won't, judge you. Hey, you may be in a completely different space and place. But for me to set a goal, to propose that in the next 2 months, I save $20,000. Y'all, that is not real. That is not getting real with me. Okay. To just accumulate $20,000 and stick it in savings over the next 2 months, that's not real. To say I'm going to save $1,000 in the next 2 months, that's getting real. Do you see the difference? If it were weight release related, to say I want to release 40 pounds over the next 2 months, that is not realistic. Number 1, I don't need to. Number 2, I'm not having surgery. Okay. Number 3, it would not be healthy. But to say over the next 2 months, I want to release 8 pounds, that's a pound a week. That makes way more sense. Okay. So that's number 1. When you're going to propose something, you need to ask yourself or tell yourself, you got to get real. Number 2, get honest. Be honest with yourself. What is it that you are willing to do, change, adapt, adopt in order to make that proposal a reality? You may not be honest with other people, but I want you to be honest with yourself. So get honest with you. What changes are you willing to make? Because if you're not willing to make changes, then I don't see how it's going to happen. I'm just keeping it real. Refer to number one. Okay. So when you propose something, ask yourself, is it real? Get real with yourself. Get honest with yourself. Are you willing to put in the effort, do the work, make the sacrifices? And number three is get going. What's the next best step? What's the very first step that you need to take? What is that teeny tiny baby step that will set you up for success? I'm talking lower the bar, y'all. Okay. Again, I shared earlier, I like to stretch but not snap. If you set it too far out there, you're self sabotaging. Okay. And I was intentional, and I'm being intentional with get going. I didn't say get busy because busy does not equal productivity, just makes you tired. Okay. But get going, that's a direction you're going to go forward towards what you're proposing. So I would love to hear from you in the comments. What do you want to propose? What do you want to create in your life? Do you want to start a new habit? Do you want to get rid of an old one? Because, we get what we want, what we focus on. So instead of saying, I don't want this, I don't want that, that's going to be your focus. Ask yourself, what do I want? Create a process. Get real, get honest, and get going. And I know that I know you will be amazed at the results you achieve. So if you are ready to author your life, your book, or your business, if you are ready to break chains and make waves, I invite you to send an email to me, Daphne@DaphneVSmith.com. Let me know. That can be the very first step, is committing to someone else. This is what I propose. And let me cheerlead you. Hey, I wasn't captain of the pep squad in high school for nothing, okay? I love to encourage people, and I want to encourage you. So as you go into the rest of your day and you start looking ahead, what do you propose? What for your path are you going to do in order to make a change? Maybe you need a little permission to, I don't know, even start. Well, here you go.